3.
What's going on, y'all? Sing Piper here, aka Black Native. I'm feeling real good today, but I want to know how you doing. Good? All things working for your good? That's good, family. All things working for mine as well. Thanks for asking. Today's video, we're going to be having a Q&A on December 21st of 2020. I'll be letting y'all know everything that I know in regards to December 21st, 2020. All right. First thing I want to do is start off by letting y'all know what 2020 is all about. The year 2020 is about stability. It's about foundation. It's about law. It's about setting in place a firm ground from which the coming years are going to grow from. So the way I get that is from numerology. If you break down 2020, first thing you get is 22 because the zeros don't count, right? So you get 22. 22 is the number of the master builder, all right? Master builder comes from 22s. That's when you have your masons. That's where you have your carpenters. That's where you have all of these people, the people that work with like welders, people that build stuff. That's what the master builders are. That's who they are. Pyramids, artifacts, big, huge historical monuments. Master builders, all right? But what else can you build? You can build societies, right? Societies are structures. So 22 equals societies. It equals systems. It equals framework of laws, all right? So that's what it equals, all right? So that's what 22 is about. Then you break 22 down, you're going to get 4. Once you break 22 down, you get 4. That's the number of the home. That's the number of the house. That's the number of family. That's the number of stability, foundation as well. So that's what 2020 was about. The year 2020 was all about setting a foundation for the years to come, all right? The next year for us to have another foundation isn't until 2029 because 20 plus 29. So you get 2 plus 2 plus 9. You're going to end up with 13, which end up being 4 again. So that's the next time you get to have a foundation. So if you didn't set a foundation in 2020, well, everybody sets a foundation no matter what you do. But if you didn't deliberately set a foundation for something that you want to manifest in your coming years, then you're going to be stuck here until your next time in 2029 with the same stuff that you planted in 2020. So this was a perfect year to start a business. This was a perfect year to, and when I mean start a business, I'm not talking about getting it off the ground. I'm talking about starting the paperwork, looking up LLCs, at least filing for your EIN. It's a perfect time to start a family this year because you can go forward with that and watch it blossom. It's the perfect time to start anything. It's also the perfect time to destroy your life and set a foundation for ignorance. All right, if you were to be lazy this year, you're going to be lazy for the years coming. If you were to be negligent of yourself, you're most likely going to be negligent of yourself for the years coming. That's what I'm expressing to y'all. 2020 was a big year, and I knew this the whole year. I didn't share this with everybody because it wasn't for me to share it with y'all at the time. But what I'm saying right now is going to allow you to take control of your coming years. All right, so that's what the year 2020 was about. Now, if you look at the year 2020, you can see a lot of bad things happen as well as a lot of good things because there's a lot of polarization happening in 2020 because 2020 is the year of the apocalypse, and that's when we get into the Carrington event, and that's when we get into the year 2021, all right? It's the year of the apocalypse. Now, when people think apocalypse, they think end of the world. That's not what apocalypse means. Apocalypse actually means the change. It actually means the transition. It actually means the evolution. It actually means rebirth and death. So there's no end of a world. There's no end of a world because the Garden of Eden, which we call Earth, which is the wrong word. The Garden of Eden in which we reside, this garden is built in form metaphysically infinitely. So it's built like the eternal. It's eternally living. So we'll get off of this planet before the actual planet goes anywhere. So it's polarizing. So people are leveling down, and some people are leveling up, and that's what's happening. So you get a level down, you get a level up, and you get in this big, huge gap. So when a lot of people talk about the wealth gap, right? What they really truly expressing is the wealth, is the gap of power, and power is the wealth of it's the Power is how you influence your surroundings. Power is how you influence the people around you. So if there's a wealth gap, and wealth is power in the financial realm, and all things, if you look at cause and effect, the cause, the universal law of cause and effect, the cause is always a dimension above the effect. So you have the spiritual realm is the cause, and the effect of that is the mental realm, and then that effect trickles down into the physical realm, and then that effect trickles down into everything else. And under the physical realm, you have the economic realm, because us as physical beings, we created that, so it's below us. So you get this economic realm that's actually providing a visual, a working visual for what's actually happening. So they've been talking about the financial gap is getting huge. The wealth gap is getting huge. What they're really saying is that as the years progress, the earth is becoming more and more polarized, and there's going to be only extremities. People living in hell, financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, and people living in absolute bliss in heaven, financially, physically, economically, socially, every other way, spiritually as well. So that's what's going on. So that's what's happening in the year 2020, all right? But there's foundations of each. The foundations were set for each. Now going into December 21st, right? Like, some people said the Mayans were actually not talking about 2012, but the people read it backwards. They were talking about December of 21st of 2020. You know how everybody thought the world was going to end in 2012, but nothing happened. Again, the world is not going to end, but there was a revolution. After 2012, things got a lot worse, but things also got a lot better because consciousness is raised. All right. So going into December 21st, some things you can expect, and this has happened before in life. The big deal is that the celestial bodies are acting in accordance to what Yah has scheduled them to act, how to act. So you get Saturn becoming in alignment at this point with Jupiter, and then they're going to actually conjoin. So there's going to be a conjunction between Saturn, also Jupiter. Now Jupiter represents the expansion of your life. So that's why you're going to see how you are supposed to get wealthy, how you're supposed to, what comes easy to you, what you can do with fortune. That's where your luck is going to be at. But it's also a place where you could potentially overindulge, right? Saturn, on the other hand, is more of the opposed one. That's why you get Saturn, Satan, the Shaitan, right? All of that means the opposed one. So when people worship Satan, they don't worship this devil horn thing. They worship Saturn. And why would they worship Saturn? Why would you worship something that restricts you, that teaches you lessons, and that challenges you? Because that's where growth comes from. If you think about why you work out, right? It's challenging, it's hard, it hurts, it's tough on you. Why would you do that? Because you want to get better. So people that worship Satan, they worship the restriction, they worship the weights, they worship the resistance, because they are celebrating what's to come after, the level up, right? That's what it's really about. So they go through emotional stuff and all kinds of things. But you got to be skilled at that, because just how you are beating yourself down with those weights, if you don't know how to recover, then it's foolish. I mean, you're not going to get no results. You're going to just end up hurt. So these people that worship Satan for all these years, and they keep getting better and better and stronger and more powerful and more wealthy, it's a skill and there's rituals to how to do this. But that's a whole nother level. I just wanted to get that out of the way. So that's Saturn and that's Jupiter, right? They coming together. All right, so now it's going to happen a lot faster between. So Jupiter is usually what brings you your expansion, and Saturn is what usually restricts you. Going into this time, you could, like I told you, well, I didn't tell y'all, but in the spirit, I did tell y'all in another video. In the spiritual realm, there's no difference between cause and effect. There's a difference, but it's simultaneous. Cause and effect happen simultaneously at the same time. See, on the physical realm, it's a lot slower. The energy is a lot slower. The vibration is a lot lower. There's a lower frequency. So I can I have to think about what I'm about to do it, and hopefully the effect that I have is what I intended to happen. In the spiritual realm, it's all happening at the same time. So that's what you get, telekinesis. That's where you get telepathy. That's where you get just things happening right away. That's why babies that's why they don't have patience, because they're pure spiritual beings. They don't understand waiting. They don't understand that there's a process to stuff, because that's not how it works where they come from. They fresh out of heaven. They're fresh out of the spiritual realm where things happen right now. As you think about it, you get it. As you want it, you get it. As you desire it, it happens. So they're used to that. Then they come here and then they gotta wait for a bottle. They gotta wait to be changed. They gotta wait to get comfortable. And that's why babies are so impatient. All right, that's why they're so impatient, because they come from a place where cause and effect is simultaneous, is one. So you can expect that from this point on, in December 20, so today is December 20th, 2020. From this point on, December 20th and going on, because this Carrington event has already happened. Like this apocalypse is already happening. Like we already gone through the changes. You could tell. You can tell. Now the last time this happened to where Jupiter. Oh, let me get into this. So Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Jupiter, those are like the celestial bodies that influence the generations. So whatever era they're in, whatever age they're in, they're gonna influence the generations according to how they act and encounter one another, right? So that's why this is so powerful, because Jupiter and Saturn are going to influence all of us as a generation. And that's why everybody's so tripped out, because it's going to be a big transformation of everything that's going on, of everybody. It's a world transformation. No matter your language, no matter your gender, no matter your race, your ethnicity, you are being affected by this. You are already being affected by this, all right? Now, let's look at where Saturn and Jupiter are. Saturn and Jupiter are going to be in Aquarius. So we're going into the age of Aquarius. This also marks the age of Aquarius, right? December 21st. The official step, huge recognition. Is that a word? Yeah. The realization that we are actually in the age of Aquarius. Now, because we are in the age of Aquarius, you're going to have Saturn restricting the things that Aquarius is not about, and then you're going to have Jupiter expanding the things that Aquarius is about. So you got innovation, you have deep thought, you got occult wisdom, you have being a humanitarian, you have speaking out, and you have also believing in what's unseen and believing in what's real. And according to the Hermetic studies and the Hermetists, reality, what's real, right, is what we don't see. It's more closely related to what we don't see. It's more spiritual, it's more energetic. And what's not real and what we would call fake is what you could touch. The bodies, this is fake. And I could get into that later, all right? So that's what Aquarian energy is going to expand. So if you are a chosen one, you're a person who like, man, I'm not that big on money and all that. I'm really just here to do my mission. I'm really here to fulfill my purpose. All of a sudden, you're going to start getting socially recognized. And that social recognition is true power, and that's true wealth, because that's something nobody could take from you, all right? Unless they try to tarnish your name. But real recognize real. On the other hand, the last time this happened, and I told y'all this happened 20 years ago. So that happened in the year 2000. In the year 2000, we were in Taurus. So that's why in the year 2000, you could, if you were there, if you were born at the time, you could see that it was about money. It was a lot about stability. Financial stability was huge. The things you have, materialistic, is about laws. It's about just, this is how it is. It's about the physical realm. But it's not about to be about the physical realm right now. So if you are still focused on houses and cars and you know what I'm saying, looking nice and a lot of money and all about the body, then you're going to be restricted. You're going to have a hard time coming in these next 20 years. You're gonna be stuck until you get your act together. But then you already gonna be 10 steps behind people like me, who and others out there who are actually following their purpose, living to be a humanitarian and just serve the community and use their philosophy and their voice to bring innovation and also healing to the people. All right, so if you are chosen one, this is your time to just keep doing what you're doing and let Yah bring your just rewards. You were already rewarded by being on track. So that's a big difference. Now look, I then broke down to y'all the numerology behind 2020. I'm letting y'all know how 2021 isn't, why it is important, and I'm also letting y'all know, right, some of the things you can expect from it. This is also what I want to let y'all know, that 2021 is about change. 5, 2, 2, 1. 2 + 2 + 1 = 5. That's numerology for you. All right. So it's about change. It's about releasing all things that no longer serve you. So whatever don't serve you, you need to get rid of that. That's people, that's places, that's things, that's habits. All right. There's things that we have in our lives that the Creator is demanding that we let go of. Now you either go with the flow, or you're gonna be broken. But it's gonna happen. So that's what 2021 is about. So whatever you established in 2020, that's going to come to fruition because it's about change. So if you want to establish good habits in the year 2020, because it's going to come to fruition in 2021. If you got bad habits, whatever you've been planting, whatever bad seeds you've been planting, that's happening for you in 2021. Now here's the good news. The beginning of each year is in spring. Spring is the time of beginning, right? Spring. Things are springing up. Flowers. You can hear baby birds. You can see a lot of beautiful colors. That's spring. That's when things is a renaissance is happening. That's what a beginning is happening. So don't be tripping. Don't trip if you didn't have up until this point enough time to get things done for 2020, because 2020 doesn't end until March. So that's the big joke. So a lot of people start their New Year's resolutions in January. Well, that's stupid, because that's the height of death. That's the time when you let things go. That's when you let old things go. All right, that's why the energy is so low. That's why it's so cold. The cold represents low energy, right? So things are so cold because things are supposed to be dying off. Bad habits, all that stuff that's weighing you down, let it go. You're not supposed to be trying to start too many new things at that point, because it's not a point of things being started. It's not a time where energy is allowing you to start new things. The time for that is in March. So that's why I'm telling y'all this right now, because it's now useful for you. It's useful for you to start to let things go, and you still got enough time to maybe like put a few things in motion that you had on your mind. Start that YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Get vocal with your ideas. Who cares? Because you know what? The way it's looking, the government, you know, I'm not a politician. I'm not big on that. But the way it's looking, free speech don't exist no more. So you might as well get as much out as possible. You see what I'm saying? All right. So that's basically the breakdown. 2020 foundation law. All right. There's a polarization of wealth. So a lot of people. Oh, that's another thing. This is the last thing. Because this is the last thing, y'all. Because we're rising as a collective, the whole energy of the planet is rising. That's what global warming represents, right? Temperature represents energy, right? And the intensity and the height of the energy. So if there's global warming, then there's global rising, right? In consciousness, there's a global awakening. That's all that means, because energy is represented by temperature. That's the way we can experience it, right? I told y'all that in the spirit realm, there's no difference between, there's a cause and effect happens simultaneously. Cause and effect happens at the same time. Like they're so close because the energy is so high. Whatever you think, that's happening right now. If you a master manifester, then your thoughts are going to be happening fast and effortless, whether it's good or bad. All right? So you're going to be seeing a lot more stuff happening right away. So this is a time for you to manifest like crazy. The closer we get to the to New Eden, the more polarization. But overall, if you in hell, the thoughts you manifest are going to happen that much faster. So you're going to have a lot more bad things happen to you if you're thinking bad, and it's going to happen to you right now. Karma is going to happen to you right now. If you do something bad, it's going to happen to you right now. If you do something good, you're going to be rewarded right now. Boom. Because the whole energy is rising up until closer to that spiritual level. Period. And that's whether you're a good person or a bad person. All of the energy is rising up. So whatever you think is going to happen right now. So control your thoughts, control your imagination. St. Piper here, aka Black Native. Thank y'all for sticking with me. If you like this video, subscribe. You can follow me on YouTube if you see this on any other. Oh, what you got a question on?
So how do you maximize 2021? Do you meditate the day before, night of, the day of? What do you have to do to fully tap into the benefits?
So I teach this. Life is, you can meditate about anything. So life is all about meditation. Life is meditation. When you walking, you could be meditating. When you at work, take 10 seconds, take 10 deep breaths. Whatever you got to do, get to that space. Imagine, visualize something real quick and get it. The way you capitalize on 2021 is to prepare for 2021. Like I told y'all, we in December, January, February, and then March. So you got at least 60 days for you to go hard and for you to start putting things in place. That's how you win at anything. You prepare, because your expectation is you believing. When you prepare, that solidifies your expectation. And you know, when you're using the law of attraction, you gotta you attract things with expectation and feeling. So the way you maximize 2021 is to simply prepare right now. I need you to meditate. Like, you want to meditate. You want to, first of all, figure out who you are. That's the key to anything. You need to go look at your birth charts right now. Right now, as you're watching this video, don't do nothing else. Don't call old girl, don't call old boy. Don't do none of that stupid stuff. I want y'all to focus on you. And you is not in the mirror, you. I'm talking about you deep inside. You need to know your birth charts right now. You need to know everything about the astrology, because that is you. You need to figure out your animal totems. You need to know your animal totems, Native American as well as the world totems. You also need to slow down. Look at what am I talking about? What is it? You need to look at the characteristics. Damn, it's slipping me. But you need to look at all of the numbers associated with your birthday. You need to look at all of your
Numerology
your life path
chart.
number, your soul urge number, huh?
Numerology chart.
Yeah, your numerology chart. Thank you. Your life path number, your soul urge number. You need to understand the best things you need to be doing for you to express yourself. Because whether you can't prepare for something, no matter what it is, if you don't know what you bringing to the table yourself. You can't go into a business deal, and you don't even know what you can offer. You can't do that. You can't go into a relationship and you don't know what you can offer. So going into this next chapter in life, the age of Aquarius, the age of information, you gotta prepare right now. And that's why I started off talking about 2020. This video is really not about 2020. This video is about 2021. I'm helping y'all prepare for 2021 because you got 2 months to do it. It only takes 14 days to break bad habits, right? And we got 60 days to break a bad habit. That's what winter is about, getting off of this old bad stuff. And then it only takes 21 days to establish a good habit. So I'm giving y'all plenty enough time. Just start on this right now. Slow down, all right? Slow down. Think about what you really want in life. Meditate. take care of yourself. Stop putting all that man, stop putting all that stuff all over y'all bodies, man. You're killing yourself. Go outside, get into the sun. Feel what this energy is offering you. You inside, you playing the video games, you're mad in your Fortnite, you worry about the PS5. Why you think they creating the PS5? To keep you inside. You can't play the PS5 outside. You're most likely not gonna play your PS5 outside. I don't care what you say. You're not gonna play your Xbox outside, most likely. They create these things to keep you inside. Look, I'm outside right now. I got the sun on my eyes. I got the sun on my skin. What else can you do? You need to go vegan for at least 21 days. How you doing? You need to go vegan for at least 21 days. I'm telling you this. You asking me what to do, you say, oh man, I can't do that. Well, I can't help you. I'm not helping you. Only you help yourself. Go vegan. Or at least take some steps towards it. Go vegetarian first. Go pescatarian. You can't eat everything on a planet. No animal eats everything on a planet except for humans. Come on, man. Think about that. A lion don't eat everything on a planet. A jaguar, and a jaguar has a very diverse, very, very diverse diet. And he don't eat everything on the planet. So we need to practice some restriction. That's a place where we could use some of that restriction. All right, from Saturn, like help us to maintain our diets for a little bit for 21 days. Go vegan for 21 days, meditate every day for 21 days, and learn about you every day for 21 days. That's it. You don't need to know what Cardi B doing. You don't need to know what Joe Biden doing. You don't need to know how Trump feeling. You need to know who you are, and part of who you are is your divine design. And from that divine design, you will understand your purpose. So slow down, know your birth chart, know your numerology. Eat a little different, meditate, and start whatever business you want to start right now. Start whatever family, at least start thinking about it.
Last question.
Yeah.
Where do we find our birth chart, our numerology chart?
You could go online. You can go online. You could type in simply on Google, birth chart. Birth chart calculator. It's gonna ask you where you were born. It's gonna ask you your name, first, middle, and last. It's gonna ask you your sex, male or female. It's also gonna ask you the city and state you were born, and the time you were born, at night or and during the day. So that's the questions they're gonna ask you. You answer it. It's gonna calculate it for you. It's gonna drop it all down. Now, when you're dealing with numerology, I know there's a lot of people out there teaching y'all this American numerology, but America did not start this numerology where they teach you your alphabets wrong. They teaching y'all your alphabets wrong. When you're dealing with the alphabets, and the numerical value of alphabets, you don't got no nines in it, man. There's no nines. It's 1 through 8, and then you start over. So I could teach y'all that in another video, you know, but you need to learn the truth, man. And a lot of this is not Western, at least not modernly Western.
I'm so sorry for yelling in y'all videos.
No,
I'm so sorry.
you're good. But yeah. So, what was the question again?
You answered it. It was where to find the birth chart.
Yeah, find a birth chart online. You can find your soul urge number online. You can find your everything online. Just Google it. Pay attention to your surroundings, man. You keep seeing a pelican. What does that mean? You never seen a pelican all year. It's wintertime. Pelicans supposed to be gone, but you seeing them every day. That means something. Somebody trying to talk to you. You need to become more sensitive. Don't be so desensitized to Mother Nature. Go touch a tree. When the last time you just walked up to a tree and put your palm flat on it? That's what we got to do, man. When the last time you did that? So, man, I love y'all. St. Piper here, aka Black Native. If you like this video, subscribe. Definitely share this video with somebody. Definitely, I thank y'all for staying with me to the end. I know this was a little longer video than normal, but I had a lot to say, and it was on me to say this for a few weeks now, but I got it out the way. Thank you to the cameraman. That's my brother. Just follow this. I'm thanking y'all for sticking with me to the end. Subscribe, share this video. You could like it if you want to show your appreciation. If you got a comment, leave it down in the comment section. Follow me on YouTube at St. Piper, one word, SaintPiper. If you got any other questions too, I can make another video depending on y'all questions. Leave that down in the comment section. Love y'all.